We've all been studying about the gastrointestinal system since our school days. Let's take some time to recollect what we already know about the alimentary canal and the process of digestion. The food we eat cannot be directly used as energy by our body. It must be broken down into simple chemicals which our body can then use as energy. This process is called digestion, and the field in which it takes place is the gastrointestinal tract. Let's review the functions of the digestive system. These include ingestion or consumption of food, breaking food into small particles, transport of small particles to different areas of the digestive tract, secretion of necessary enzymes and other substances for digestion, actual digestion of the food particles, absorption of the digestive products, and finally, removal of digestive waste products from the body. Before understanding the process of digestion, it is important to study the field in which this process takes place. So, let's study the functional anatomy of the GI tract. The GI tract is a tubular structure extending from the mouth up to anus, with a length of about 30 feet. It opens to the external environment on both ends. The GI tract is formed by two types of organs, primary digestive organs and accessory digestive organs. The primary digestive organs are the organs where actual digestion takes place. These include the mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small and large intestine. The accessory digestive organs are those which assist the primary digestive organs in the process of digestion. They include teeth, tongue, salivary glands, exocrine part of pancreas, liver, and gallbladder. Now, we will study each of these organs along with their specialized function in other videos. As we discussed earlier, the GI tract is essentially a tube. Let's discuss the anatomy of the wall of this tube. In general, the wall of the GI tract is formed by 4 layers, which are from the inside out: the mucous layer, submucous layer, muscular layer, and the serous or fibrous layer. The mucous layer is the innermost layer of the GI tract. It is also called gastrointestinal mucosa or mucous membrane. It faces the cavity of the gastrointestinal tract. The mucosa has 3 layers to it, namely the epithelial lining, lamina propria, and muscularis mucosa. Epithelial lining is in contact with the contents of GI tract. The type of cells in the epithelial lining layer varies in different parts of the GI tract. The inner surface of mouth, surface of the tongue, inner surface of the pharynx and esophagus has stratified squamous epithelial cells. However, mucous membrane lining the other parts, such as the stomach, small intestine and large intestine, has columnar epithelial cells. The lamina propria is formed by connective tissues, which contain fibroblasts, macrophages, lymphocytes, and eosinophils. The muscularis mucosa layer consists of a thin layer of smooth muscle fibers. It is absent in mouth and pharynx. It is present from esophagus onwards. Let's talk about the submucous layer now. It is also present in all parts of the GI tract except the mouth and pharynx. It contains loose collagen fibers, elastic fibers, reticular fibers, and a few cells of connective tissue. Blood vessels, lymphatic vessels, and nerve plexuses are present in this layer. Moving on to the muscular layer. In lips, cheeks, and wall of pharynx, it contains skeletal muscle fibers. The esophagus has both skeletal and smooth muscle fibers. Wall of the stomach and intestine is formed by smooth muscle fibers. The contraction of this layer is responsible for peristalsis. We should note that the smooth muscle fibers in stomach are arranged in 3 layers, namely the inner oblique layer, the middle circular layer, and outer longitudinal layer. Also, the smooth muscle fibers in the intestine are arranged in 2 layers, the inner circular layer and the outer longitudinal layer. Another point to note is that the Orbach nerve plexus is present in between the circular and longitudinal muscle fibers. The smooth muscle fibers present in the inner circular layer of anal canal make the internal anal sphincter. The external anal sphincter is formed by skeletal muscle fibers. The outermost layer of the GI tract wall is either serous or fibrous in nature. The serous layer is also called serosa or serous membrane, and it is formed by connective tissue and mesoepithelial cells. It covers the stomach, small intestine, and large intestine. The fibrous layer is otherwise called fibrosa, and it is formed by connective tissue. It covers the pharynx and esophagus. Now, let's discuss the nerve supply of the GI tract. There are 2 main parts of this: the intrinsic nerve supply and the extrinsic. Intrinsic nerves to the GI tract form the enteric nervous system that controls all the secretions and movements of the GI tract. Enteric nervous system is present within the wall of the GI tract from the esophagus to anus. Nerve fibers of this system are interconnected and form two major networks called Auerbach plexus and Meissner plexus. These nerve plexuses contain nerve cell bodies, processes of nerve cells, and the receptors. The receptors in the GI tract are stretch receptors and chemoreceptors. Enteric nervous system is controlled by extrinsic nerves. Let's talk about the nerve plexuses in the enteric nervous system. The Auerbach plexus is also known as the myenteric nerve plexus. It is present in between the inner circular muscle layer and the outer longitudinal muscle layer. The major function of this plexus is to regulate the movements of the GI tract. Some nerve fibers of this plexus accelerate the movements by secreting excitatory neurotransmitter substances like acetylcholine, serotonin, and substance P. Other fibers of this plexus inhibit the GI motility by secreting inhibitory neurotransmitters such as vasoactive intestinal polypeptide, neurotensin, and enkephalin. The Meissner plexus is also called as submucous nerve plexus. It is situated in between the muscular layer and submucous layer of the GI tract. The function of Meissner plexus is the regulation of secretory functions of GI tract. These nerve fibers cause constriction of blood vessels of the GI tract. That was all for the intrinsic nerve supply. What about the extrinsic nerve supply? Extrinsic nerves that control the enteric nervous system are from the autonomic nervous system. Both sympathetic and parasympathetic divisions of the autonomic nervous system innervate the GI tract. Preganglionic sympathetic nerve fibers to GI tract arise from the lateral horns of spinal cord between 5th thoracic and 2nd lumbar segments. From here, the fibers leave the spinal cord, pass through the ganglia of sympathetic chain without having any synapse, and then terminate in the celiac and mesenteric ganglia. The postganglionic fibers from these ganglia are distributed throughout the GI tract. These sympathetic nerve fibers inhibit the movements and decrease the secretions of GI tract by secreting the neurotransmitter noradrenaline. It also causes constriction of sphincters. Parasympathetic nerve fibers to GI tract pass through some of the cranial nerves and sacral nerves. The preganglionic and postganglionic parasympathetic nerve fibers to mouth and salivary glands pass through facial and glossopharyngeal nerves. Preganglionic parasympathetic nerve fibers to esophagus, stomach, small intestine, and upper part of large intestine pass through the vagus nerve. Preganglionic nerve fibers to lower part of large intestine arise from 2nd, 3rd, and 4th sacral of spinal cord and also pass through the pelvic nerve. All these preganglionic parasympathetic nerve fibers synapse with the postganglionic nerve cells in the myenteric and submucous plexus. Parasympathetic nerve fibers accelerate the movements and increase the secretions of GI tract. The neurotransmitter secreted by the parasympathetic nerve fibers is acetylcholine. Alright, that's it for this video. Let's do a quick recap. The GI tract is a tubular structure extending from the mouth up to the anus with a length of about 30 feet. It opens to the external environment on both ends. The GI tract is formed by two types of organs, primary digestive organs and accessory digestive organs. The primary digestive organs are the organs where actual digestion takes place. These include the mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small and large intestine. The accessory digestive organs are those which assist the primary digestive organs in the process of digestion. They include teeth, tongue, salivary glands, exocrine part of pancreas, liver, and gallbladder. In general, the wall of the GI tract is formed by 4 layers, which are from inside out: the mucous layer, submucous layer, muscular layer, and the serous or fibrous layer. Intrinsic nerves to GI tract form the enteric nervous system that controls all the secretions and movements of GI tract. Enteric nervous system is present within the wall of GI tract from esophagus to anus. Nerve fibers of this system are interconnected and form two major networks called Auerbach plexus and Meissner plexus. Extrinsic nerves that control the enteric nervous system are from autonomic nervous system. Both sympathetic and parasympathetic divisions of autonomic nervous system innervate the GI tract.